Hello again. I want to talk about, for a couple minutes here, the day in the life of a beekeeper. So the first thing I want to mention is that honeybees are not like a lot of other livestock. They're tiny livestock, but a lot of their day-to-day life is maintained by them. They're a very hygienic creature. They are incredible, but the one thing, if you don't have a ton of time, having 1 or 2 hives of bees doesn't require a huge commitment of time. It's only whenever you get up to dozens and dozens of colonies that it starts to become a serious time commitment. So in the day of the life of a beekeeper, you're not going to have a whole lot to do day to day. The most I do on most days is just come up here and walk by our apiary, which you'll notice we have electric fence around it because we are in black bear country here. So that's to deter the black bears. I walk by and just look at the fronts of my colonies, and depending on what time of year it is, see what kind of activity I'm seeing, because we should see foragers coming in and out, and you can see them landing. Some of them have pollen. Almost all of them are going to have nectar coming back in. But just a calm, orderly procession in and out, that tells me generally things are okay in the colony. I don't need to intervene. There are times about once every week or two that I'll do an inspection, and one of the next videos is going to be how I prepare for an inspection and the first steps of it. So day-to-day life of a beekeeper, it's just to keep an eye on your colonies. You don't necessarily have to do anything. They will feed themselves because they forage up to 3 miles away from this colony here. So an amazing thing is whenever a honeybee is born and it first starts flying and becomes a forager, it will orient itself to this very location, and using the sun to navigate, when it goes off and forages for nectar and pollen and propolis, it will then come back to this very spot in the colony. And like I said, they go up to a mile, 2-3 miles, usually up to a mile, to find food for their colony. So day to day, not a whole lot to do. We have 7 colonies here, and I have 2 little nucleus colonies as well. We're going to try to get through the winter. This isn't a huge time commitment day to day. However, in the spring, when they really start building up in here coming out of winter, you will spend more time because you have to split the colony. You have to manage the varroa mite population, which is one of the biggest reasons colonies collapse over the winter. So it's encouraging to see all that buildup, but in spring, you'll spend more time with them. Then in the summer and early fall, whenever you harvest honey, there's a time commitment there too. But day to day, it's fun just to come up here and watch them because we'll see them on our flowers there. And it's a miracle to see all of that come in. So another thing we have is water sources for them. We have a specific water station set up here with little bee cups. So as it rains, and we can even add water to it, those are UV treated, so the bees see them like flowers, and they will land on the side of the bee cups and not drown. And you'll see a little proboscis just sit there and lap up water and drink. Then you can watch them fly right back into one of the colonies here. It's fun. So I also have water here for me too, because a lot of beekeeping, especially in the summer, you're going to be out here. So if you don't like heat, you should probably get some other kind of animal. But for beekeeping, it's all dependent on the weather. You don't really get to choose exactly what time you do your management. It depends on the weather. So sometimes you have to get in here whether it's 70 degrees or it's 100 degrees. So the point being, keep water with you, keep hydrated, because you're going to sweat a lot. You'll see I have a sweatband on because I sweat. And whenever you're inspecting a frame and you sweat on there, it doesn't make them happy. So, but yeah, that's just a quick look into the day-to-day life of a beekeeper. If you do it professionally and you're managing thousands and thousands of colonies, it's absolutely a full-time job. But for the 7 we have here, hopefully we'll split these out and get up to 12 or 15 next year. This is just like side work for me, and I love it. It's so enjoyable. It just gives me time to sit here and watch these amazing little creatures do their thing, and they provide us beeswax, they provide us honey. So yeah, in the next videos, I'm going to talk about one of my favorite books, especially if you're thinking about getting into beekeeping. And I'm going to talk about how I prepare for an inspection and just some of the ins and outs. And yeah, I can't wait to share. So thanks.